innovation is not a luxury, it's a necessity for growth. We have to understand when we get into debates about growth, again, I'm an academic and I'll go back to first principles and not much of practice. What is growth? Growth is producing more from same level of resources, or taking less resources to produce the same thing. That's growth. There's nothing else to grow. That's growth. Repeatedly doing it again and again. There is nothing else growth. How do you grow? You know, until again, since Mr. KB talked about 1960s, until then we did not have a theory of growth. You know, when Robert Solow came about and said, look, how do you grow? The way you grow, he said, look, there are two ways, you know, the intermediate growth and the eventual growth. Intermediate growth is you invest. You have capital, and as you invest, you build all the capital equipment, and then you produce more from, you know, because you save and you invest, you produce more. You know, you build infrastructure, you build machinery, use those machinery. That's the first stage. Now the good news is it leads to growth. The bad news is it has an expiry date. Now what's the expiry date? Two constraints there. One constraint, as you build more and more capital, additional returns become diminishing. You know, you will have lower returns. You know, higher the capital, lower is that's the problem. And the second problem is that you need more and more savings. You know, where is that savings going to come from? You know, you can't ask people not to eat. You know, China went to the extent of 50% savings. Can you make it happen in a, and Mr. KB has amazing insights as to why it is. I'll not bring it up here. But they did go to 50% savings. It's unprecedented. Where are you going to get? So these two constraints. And the third is depreciation. You know, as you build more machines, more roads, you need more resources to maintain. It's not that US doesn't save. US does save 17%. But whatever they save is required to maintain their assets. So this will hit a wall. This will hit a wall. We have not hit a wall. You know, Telangana do that also. We are nowhere close to that. But that will then what is that? That will lead to eventual growth, sustainable growth for a long period of time. And Romer came with an answer. It's research, innovation. In Solow's model, you know, productivity is sort of given. It comes from God. You know, there is no, how does productivity happen? It comes. You know, there's no answer. Romer came out with an answer because there was a debate that time that everybody will eventually become rich. Because if capital, you invest, everyone will rich. Then they observed some countries are not becoming rich. Africa is, you know, was not becoming rich. China was not becoming rich. India that time was not becoming rich. This Romer's model is about you have to create this. You know, it's not God-given. Productivity is not given. Some policymakers, some investors, inventors will have to create it so that people like us can talk about it. You know, we don't do much, right?